What is up, everybody? It's Kiko here, and today I'm gonna switch up. I'm gonna start switching up a little bit. I'm gonna be focusing a little bit on NFL stuff. And today I am gonna go through every, if not most, NFL quarterbacks, how they've been doing this season, and just overall after the first 11 weeks. So yeah, let's get right into it. Before we start, we have five categories. We have elite, which will probably be like the top five quarterbacks. We have great, above average starting quarterbacks. Actually, not as good. Great is better than that. Not exactly elite, but still pretty good. Good is above average. All right is like they're a decent starter, but they're not like a franchise quarterback or anything. And awful is just like they suck. They stink. And yeah. So first we have Lamar Jackson, and I think he is a great quarterback. He has been a big answer for the Ravens, and he has been there for a while, and he's helped them for very long. And every time he's healthy, he's gotten into the playoffs. So I have a lot of respect for him, and he is definitely a really good quarterback. Next, we have Baker Mayfield. I think we all know where he's gonna go. He sucks. He's blind. He doesn't hit his open receivers. I mean, he's just fallen apart ever since he got injured in Cleveland and got traded to the Panthers. So, he's just all the way down there. Next, we have Ryan Tannehill. People give him a lot of crap for no reason. He has a couple bad games, but I think he's really good. If you want to take a look at these stats, I mean, look at this game against the Packers. He had 127 passer rating, two Ds and an ant, 81% completion ratings, and 330 yards. That's pretty good. And then for the whole season, basically, he's gone 10. He's been injured for a while. In those 3 games, he's had 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I mean, more than 3 games, my bad, but still, those are really good stats, I think, and I think it's more than what people give him for. Next, we have Carson Wentz. I can't tell if I want to put him here or here. I feel like he's had too good of a career. He used to be really good back in Philadelphia, and then it fell apart after an injury just like Baker Mayfield. But at least his backup got him a Super Bowl ring and everything, so I'm gonna put him in all right. But he keeps bouncing around between teams, and also these jerseys are like from previous seasons, like when he was on the Colts. He's on the Commanders now. I mean, Taylor Heineke took his spot, so I'm still gonna leave him here though. So yeah. Next, we have Davis Mills. And honestly, I think he stinks too. I don't think he's really good. 11 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That's not very good. He just got benched, and the Texans are. I know they're tanking. They're not like trying to win this season, trying to get CJ Stroud and everything. But yeah, this guy's still not very good, and he stinks. He sucks. Up next, we have Deshaun Watson. That's better. Next, we have Trevor Lawrence. Um, he's only in his second year. Like he's not above average, but he's he's all right. Yeah, he's all right because he hasn't been playing in the league for that long, and he knows how to take blame on like Zach Wilson, so that's a good thing. He's still improving. I think he'll get better later on. He's only in his second year again. They had a really good start to the season, and I had a lot of hopes for them, but again, he's only in his second year, so they still have a lot. He still has a lot of career left. He still has a lot of time to improve, and I can't wait to see where he goes. Next, we have Dak. Um, I'll put him in great. Okay. He hasn't had the best year this year, but there's been a lot of miscommunication on the interceptions he's thrown. The ones to CD Lamb. They haven't been communicating really well. But he's still a really good quarterback. People are forgetting that he was out for the first 5, 6 weeks of the season with that thumb. And he had an amazing game against the Vikings and an okay game against the Giants. I still think he's a really good quarterback, and he's still gotten the Cowboys to the playoffs a couple times in his career, and I still think he's really good. Next, we have Jalen Hurts, and he has been doing really good this year for the Eagles, but I don't think he's like great yet because he's only in his second year. He like so we're gonna have to wait to see how he does, and then we can like put him up here if he like does good in the later years. But right now I'm gonna put him here with Ryan Tannehill. He definitely is ahead of Ryan Tannehill right now, but he's having a really good year, and I can't wait to see where he goes as well. Next we have Ryan Fitzpatrick. Um, Let me fix this here. So Ryan Fitzpatrick isn't in the league anymore, so I'm just gonna leave him here. We're gonna move on to Tua, and he's had a really good year too. You know, people give him a lot of crap for his past years, but ever since Tyreek Hill came in, he's had like the best stats so far. Not saying he's the MVP or anything. I'm gonna put him right here above average right now because this is his only good year. The past couple of years, he hasn't been the best. People used to make fun of him, but he's doing really good this year, so I'm gonna put him right here. Then next we have Taylor Heineke, and I'm gonna put him right here because he's bounced between a lot of teams, and sometimes he just throws it up without caring and just throws it to Terry McLaurin in triple coverage, like on that one play where that ref helped him. But he got the starting job over Carson Wentz, so that's really good for him. I think he's better than Carson Wentz as of now. But he's not above average or anything. He's just like an average, little below average quarterback. Next we have Matt Stafford, and I think he's great in my opinion. I think he's been good. He's injured right now, so he has sub filling in for him in the Rams, and they're not doing very good. But that's not his fault. It's just been a tough year with injuries for them, and he did really good with Detroit Lions for them keeping him there for so long. So I think he's a great quarterback, or at least top 10, top 8, one of those two. Next, we have Kyler Murray, and I think he's great. For all of the Call of Duty jokes that he gets and everything, I still think that he's really good, and he can run. He can run really good, and he can throw pretty good as well sometimes. And yeah, I think he's a great quarterback, better than these guys as of now. But things might change. And so next we have Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback for the 49ers, but he's done pretty good with them. Not because of him, but like they've gotten a ton of pieces. Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, all those guys on the same offense, and with any quarterback, I'm pretty sure they could take off. So, I think he's just kind of average. He's not the best. He's not terrible. No, he's just like right in the middle. And we have Trey Lance, and I don't know how to determine where to put him here. So I might just leave him out for now because he got injured and we didn't really get to see what he was made of, like week 1 or week 2. So that was very unfortunate, but I hope he gets better. Next we got Russell Wilson, and no matter how much crap everybody gives him, I'm still gonna put him in great. I think he's a good quarterback still. He's not done the best this year, but that once bad season's not gonna like ruin his whole reputation, and he did really good with the Seahawks and everything. So really great quarterback to me. Um, Aaron Rodgers, he's not had the best year, but he's still elite. He's still up on the top. Still one of the most talented quarterbacks of all time. Next, we have Jordan Love, and he stinks. He really stinks. Those few games he played with the Packers when Aaron Rodgers was out, they looked terrible. They were bad. Once Aaron Rodgers leaves, I don't know what they're gonna do about it. But next, we have Kirk Cousins, and I think he's above average. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. The Vikings are 9-2 right now with him in there, so he's done pretty good. Stats are pretty good, and yeah, he's been doing pretty good. So yeah. Next we have Justin Fields, and I think he's special. I think he's really good, and I think he's gonna evolve a lot as the years move on. So I'm gonna put him right here as of now because the Bears do still lose a lot. Like they've come close a lot of times, but they're still losing games. And no, you never know if it's on him or not. Usually it's not because the defense has been living up a lot and they've been scoring a lot, and that's not like a word you hear from the Bears is them scoring a lot. So I think they've been doing really good with him, and like I think the Bears have a new franchise quarterback if he stays healthy and everything. So yeah. Next we have Mac Jones. No, last year he was decent. I'm pretty sure he made the Pro Bowl. Saw him grading in there. So yeah, but this year he's not been very good. I'm pretty sure he has more interceptions than touchdowns. And yeah, he's just choked a lot when it's come to close games. He's not very clutch at all. So, I'm sorry, but I wanted to put him here. I don't think he's the future for the Patriots. He seems like the type of guy that's gonna get bounced around everywhere sooner or later. But he might be better because again, he hasn't been in the league for very long. So yeah, Aiden Dalton. You never know with him because one game he might seem terrible. The other game, he might go 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions like he did last game. But, he's been bouncing around a few teams. He's not very good. He's always the backup. When he played for the Cowboys, he was decent, but they ended with a 6-10 record, so that's not very good either. Jared Goff, I'm gonna put him right here because he's not terrible. He's not terrible at all. I think I was watching that game against the Bills, and he was not doing bad at all. He had a pretty good game. And I think people just give him a lot of crap. Like people just give him a lot of stuff, a lot of memes about him. But at the end of the day, he's actually not that bad of a quarterback, and I think he's decent. I mean, he may not be a franchise quarterback for any team, but he'll be an average starter, and he'll have some good games. I apologize, but I don't really know these two, so I'm gonna move on to Jameis Winston. And oh man, um, he's not terrible. He's all right. I guess it's really hard to determine with him. I have nothing to say about him because he's been out, but you know, Taysom Hill. He's more like of a running back to me because he just whenever he's in there he's just meant to run with those wildcat plays and everything. Like every time I see him out there, he's just running. He doesn't have much of a throw game, which is what quarterbacks are mostly made to do. So he's not very good at all, I don't think. And next we have this is a meme already. I think it's Marcus Mariota. I think not very good though. Actually, this season he hasn't been very good, so I'm gonna put him down here. So has Matt Ryan. He's been terrible. He's gotten benched. He's thrown so many interceptions. He led the interceptions for a couple weeks after he got benched. Sam Darnold, not very good either. He looked pretty promising last year when the Panthers started out 3-0, and he had the most rushing touchdowns, which is pretty surprising. But ever since that, he's not been very good. Same with Zach Wilson. He doesn't take fault for when his team only scores 3 points, and the defense only allows 3 points until that return kick at the end from the Patriots. And then he says it's not his fault when they only scored 3 points the whole game. No, I think that's very childish, and I think that's not owning up. So, and he hasn't been very good at all. I get it for the first year, he was just a rookie and he was making rookie mistakes like every other rookie quarterback was, but he's just been terrible. He's been really bad. And next up, I'm gonna put Lamar. I'm gonna put Patrick Mahomes at elite. Of course, there's nothing to be explained there. Derek Carr. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's good, and I don't really care what anybody says because he has been in Las Vegas for a very long time, and he's able to own up to his mistakes, like in that one interview he was talking about, maybe even a few days ago. And it's not his fault. I really don't think it's his fault, all of his fault that the Raiders aren't doing what they were supposed to be doing with Devontae Adams. It's also all about the coaches and the coordinators and everything. It's not really all his fault. His stats aren't terrible or anything. He's a good quarterback still. So Justin Herbert, I think he's great. I think he can be elite in a couple seasons. He's really good. I think he's really good. Unless we have Teddy Bridgewater. No, he's a good backup quarterback for every team. He was doing really good until he got injured a couple years ago, and then he's just never been the same since. We have Drew Lock. He stinks. He sucks. I think he's terrible. Oh, Joe Burr. Joe. He's great. He's a great quarterback. Josh Allen, elite. Tom Brady, elite. And that's my list. Take a quick look. Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's my rankings of every quarterback. And I hope you guys have a really good day. And I'll see y'all later.